traders. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So today I'm just going to go over the major indexes and some individual names. I had a comment to go over Enphase and then SEDG, so I'm going to go over those and what I think about them. And then I'm going to be going over the names that I'm holding currently. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the big levels on the NASDAQ to watch is going to be a weekly close above 1500. Ideally, I'd like to see a 2 weekly closes above 1500, maybe a retest of it, but we need to close above 15,000. That's what I meant to say, 15,000. Sorry about that. And if we're going to get bearish, we need to close below 14.5 on the NASDAQ. And on SPX, what I'm going to be watching is a weekly close above 4,800 or a weekly close below 4,700 in order to get bearish. I did try a short at one point right here, but then I knew on the first day of the week on Monday that I was wrong, so I got out of that short and flipped to the long side. So I'm personally long on everything. I'm currently roughly about, I would say, on average 75% invested at the moment. And I'll go over the names I'm holding in a second. So that's what I'm going to be watching on the indexes. In terms of individual names, I'll start with the ones that I got comments on. So Enphase, we'll start with that. EMPH. All right, so Enphase. I'm very bearish on Enphase personally. I think it has a lot more room to dump. So there's two scenarios that could happen. So because you're getting an EMA crossover, it looks as if you're going to start dumping down further, considering that there's also pretty decent amount of volume. We have earnings coming out in February, so that's a little bit further out. But you do have a demand zone right here currently, so there are some big buyers here. So you could get a double bottom reversal to the upside possibly. And then the bear case scenario is that you just keep on going downwards because you are in a downtrend. You're below the EMAs on the weekly. I believe you're below them on the monthly. Yeah, you're basically almost there on the monthly. You're bouncing off the 200 EMA. So, I mean, you do have somewhat of a bull case, but it's not something that I would be getting into because you see this major support zone gets retested right here at 137.81. Personally, it's not something I like, but if you see something that I don't, let me know in the comments. But it's not something that I would get into. And then on, what was the other one? SEDG. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I would stay away from this. I think you might get a short-term rally, but I think it's going to start dumping to the downside again. It's below the EMA, so the trend is currently down. You can see here when the trend was up, it respected the EMAs, climbed, followed them, consolidated, broke out of this range, and now it's going to dump. What it's doing now is just basing for another move down. You do have a possible demand zone here, so I'd definitely watch it between 64 and I'd watch it to 78. So, and considering that you got high volume, there is a chance that it could get a short-term pump up to 103, but it's not something I like personally. Something that I would be more interested in is something kind of like NVS. So we got a nice base for a couple of years, broke all-time highs, retested it, and pushing up on heavy volume. I'm personally in this one. I bought them at 106, I believe. Whatever price this was here. Yeah, around 106. So I plan on holding this one for the long term. It's above the EMAs, broke to the upside on the weekly, respected it on the daily. Daily's a little bit weaker, but still, it's very, very nice. I like Enphase. I'm not Enphase, NVS. NVIDIA, I'm very bullish on NVIDIA, and I currently have a holding in them. I bought them at 520. I moved my stop loss to break even. My first possible target is 584, but my break even stop is at 520. I doubled my position at 544 on NVIDIA. So I'm just going to let this ride as far as it goes. If it comes back down to 520, I'm out. I'll be out for a small profit, but as long as it stays above the 50, EMA, I'm staying into the trend dies. You can see here that if you follow that rule, you would have been up several 100%, I believe. Let's see. Is that true? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you stayed in that the whole entire time, it would still be going up, so that's not half bad. ANET is another one that I'm in. It's not doing half bad either. This is a good example of a nice within trend. The probabilities are highly in your favor. ANET, I think that has a lot more room to the upside personally. It might consolidate. It's a little extended on the weekly, and I believe it's extended on the daily. Yeah. But as long as it stays above the 50 EMA, I'm going to be staying in there. CRM, I just got into a position in. I'm watching them closely. Week daily close, but you had some decent volume on the weekly, and I like how we closed above this range right here. That makes me very bullish on CRM. I think that you have room to 284, at least for next week, so that's the level I'm watching. And I'm going to wait for the EMAs to kind of start to catch up. I believe that the daily wasn't that extended. Let's get in there. So I'll definitely watch it. It seems like it's respecting the 21 just by looking at it. Then Microsoft, I got a position in them. Again, same type of setup. It's within trend with the EMAs. We got a nice breakout onto the weekly, as you can see here. Heavy volume, rally, base, rally, base, rally. I believe that you could push up to 400 next week if all things go well. But that's why I'm going to be watching, at least for my watch list. I have a bunch of others in the stock setting up list. I have maybe a couple. I think I have like 200 names I'm currently waiting to set up. If you guys want me to go over that, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Just let me know. If you guys have any other tickers you want me to review, just let me know. But good luck out there, traders.